Keeps control for Thompson. Pass receiving's wide open underneath in the basket. Great pass.
Backs down, now kicks out, up top to the left side, Caden Dahl. Dahl hesitates, then takes the three and knocks it home good. Dahl to get the turn. Carr trying to keep those legs underneath, then Cassette gets him down, and there's the pin.
Rebounded by Kendra Severson. Severson, here comes Bevins back the other way. Bevins, little contact, roll it in, good for Elena Bevins, and we're tied.
Through and Zeller with an excuse me bump, and here goes Sem for takeoff.
Halsted Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
And a pleasant good Thursday evening inside the Forum. This is game number 3 of the 2024 North Dakota Division A Boys Basketball Tournament quarterfinal round action. It's the number 1 overall seed in the Kindred Vikings going up against the 8-seeded Killdeer Cowboys. And a pleasant good Thursday evening. I'm Chase Miller inside the Forum on the north side. And this is our pregame show brought to you in part by Irie Insurance. Get the insurance protection you want with the customer service that you deserve. Go online to IrieInsurance.com to get a free quote started today. Let's recap what happened earlier in the day where it's all chalk so far. The number 2 seed Devils Lake Firebirds outlasted the number 7 seeded Valley City Highlanders 72-55. Wiley DeLorme had 23 points, including 5 made three-pointers. The Firebirds hit 12 three-pointers in the win against the Valley City Highlanders. They will go up against a Region 2 foe in the Grafton Spoilers after Grafton was able to upend the Beulah Miners 84-66. Kyler Drug with 25 points, 11 rebounds in the win for Grafton. So tomorrow on the consolation portion of the bracket will feature Valley City against Beulah at 1. The first semifinal will feature Devils Lake against Grafton at 6:30. We will follow the Kindred Vikings throughout win, lose, or draw throughout these 3 games in Fargo. And the final game of the day will feature number 4 seed Delax Burlington against number 5 seeded Shiloh Christian. It's the second meeting between these two clubs here this season. Kindred beat Killdeer 60-31 in Valley City, part of that Valley City shootout back on December the 29th. Coming up on our Irie Insurance pregame show, we'll get to both of the head coaches. We'll hear from Brad Whale of the Kindred Vikings. We'll hear from Greg Pruitt of the Killdeer Cowboys. And when we return, we'll talk about how both of these teams fared and got to this point and keep you apprised of what's going on in Minot at the Division B basketball tournament as well. James Martins will have the call for Lemoore, Litchfield, Marion, and North Star. That game is slated to tip underway at about 6:35 tonight, and then following that will be Sargent County against Bishop Ryan in the 4-5 matchup. We'll also have that for you here on your liveevent.com. Again, Chase Miller with you courtside from the Fargo as we're inching closer to the opening tip. It's the quarterfinals of the Division A Region 1 Boys Basketball Tournament. We'll take a quick time out and let you know what happened earlier in the day in Minot, and also how both of these two teams got to this point of the season in the Cowboys and the Vikings. That's next on your live event.
Red River Valley Speedway.
Runs May through August. For more details, visit RedRiverValleySpeedway.com.
We've got your back. Protecting homes, vehicles, businesses, crops, personal protections, and so much more. Our surface agents answer the phone with a kind of speed and detail that even the Secret Service would envy. Get protected. Get Irie Insurance. Go to IrieInsurance.com for a free quote and consultation.
Homegrown local radio is now worldwide with 24-hour streaming. Download the RJ Radio app to hear local voices from local radio with KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ 24 hours a day from anywhere. You can listen to your favorite programs like the RJ Family Morning Show, local news, farm markets, music, high school sports, church services, more from anywhere. KRJB, KRJM, and 96.7 KKCQ is streaming on the RJ Radio app. Download it to your device and take us with you wherever you go.
As we take a look out west, what happened earlier today in Minot at the Minot State Dome in the Division B boys basketball tournament. Bowman County, the number 2 seed, upends our Redeemers, the 7 seed, 55-42. Bowman County led by Bodine Duffield with 26 points in the contest, while for the Minot, our Redeemers led by Nolan Schmidt with 18 points in the loss. As both teams have taken the floor now in the Killdeer Cowboys and the Kindred Vikings. 20 minutes on the clock as we get to our pregame show here again throughout the Fargo. And then Edgeley Montpelier, a late run against West Hope Newburgh in the 3-6 matchup, but it was West Hope Newburgh, the Sioux, with a 67-61 win over Edgeley Montpelier. They were led by the 23 points of Walker Broughton with 10 rebounds as well in the double-double. EKM paced by the 22 points of Jacob Nitschke, also with a double-double of 22 points and 10 rebounds. So taking a look out west, coming up tomorrow in the afternoon will be the semifinals at 1 o'clock. Bowman County against West Hope Newburgh in the B semifinals, and then following that, you'll have again either the winner of North Star, the number 1 overall seed, Lemoore Litchfield, the 8 seed. The winner of that game will play at 2:45. Then Sargent County, and alongside with them in Bishop Ryan in the 4-5 matchup. That'll be later on as well. So again, the A semifinals are in the evening, the B semifinals are in the afternoon, and the championship of the B makes its way at 5 o'clock on Saturday, but there's a long road to hoe to get there respectively. So tomorrow, the consolation semifinals for the A will be in the afternoon at 1 and 2:45. The loser of this game will play at 2:45. The winner will play at 8:15. And then you get into the placing matches. The 7th place game will be at 9:30 in the morning. Consolation title at 11:15. The 3rd place game at 3 o'clock with the championship at 5 o'clock. Also following the championship, it'll be the all-tournament team, the senior athlete, the coach of the year, that and more, all still to come here from the Fargo. Devils Lake Grafton have punched their ticket to the semifinals. Who's going to join them between Kindred and Killdeer, and also Deluxe Burlington and Shiloh Christian? We come back, we'll take a look at how both of these teams were able to get to this point of the season before we hear from the coaches and our starting lineups and the opening tip that's all around the corner on our pregame show, brought to you in part by Irie Insurance.
Hey growers, when working on your water management solutions, call Chad's Excavating out of Mayville. They are your water management contractor, helping you with tile drainage plans, service drainage plans, or both. Remember, water management is a lifetime investment. Call Chad 701-430-0182 to get your water problem solved. For more information, follow Chad's Excavating on Facebook. For tile drainage and service plans, call 701-430-0182. Chad's Excavating out of Mayville, helping farmers grow.
Triton Mechanical is your leader for commercial, industrial, and residential contracting in southeast North Dakota. From the quality of their products, the commitment to you, the customer, and their service, let Triton Mechanical handle your next request from heating, cooling, boilers, and more. Go online at triton-mechanical.com. That's triton-mechanical.com for all your service work or to get in contact with them today. Triton Mechanical is a division of Grotberg Electric, and they strive to leave a legacy of excellence with their partners, customers, and employees.
This is our pregame show brought to you in part by Irie Insurance. Get the insurance protection you want with the customer service that you deserve at Irie Insurance. They cover it all from home, auto, crop, commercial, and benefits insurance. Go to IrieInsurance.com to get a free quote started today. Taking a look at the 8-seed Killdeer Cowboys out of Region 4 with a mark of 16 wins and 9 losses on the season. Head coach Greg Pruitt in his second year as the head coach for the Killdeer Cowboys. And for these Cowboys, able to make their way into this particular tournament through the state qualifying matchups, and those are some of the new things this year with this 3-class system, and Killdeer took full advantage to get to this particular point of the season. They defeated Hazen in the Region 4 quarterfinals, lost to Beulah by 8 points in the Region 4 semis, top Standing Rock in the third place game by 5 points, 63-58. Then a putback at the horn over Stanley in a state qualifier allowed Killdeer to make their way to the Fargo. The Cowboys with a 61-59 win over the Stanley Blue Jays. Losses this season against Stanley, Des Lacs, Burlington, Kindred, Valley City, Wapaton, Shiloh, Dickinson, Trendy, Beulah, and Beulah, both respectively. The last 2 losses for the Cowboys coming up against the Beulah Miners. But as of late here for Killdeer, they've won back-to-back games in 6 of 7 to get to this point of the season. And for the first time in 80-plus years, that is, the Killdeer Cowboys are making their way again to a state opening tip-off. Well, for the number 1 overall seed in the Kindred Vikings, they were able to take care of business. Just 2 games they needed in their postseason to make it to the Fargo. From the Shield Center, just about a half a block south, able to make their way a half a block north here to the Dome. The Kindred Vikings upended the Central Cass Squirrels 57-49 in the Region 1 semifinals, and nicked Wapaton in the championship 65-50 to get to this point of the season. 6 games on the year that Kindred has won by single digits, but again, they are 23-0 on the year. Head coach for Brad Whipp and the Kindred Vikings, Brad in his 17th season at the helm for the Kindred Vikings with a mark of 345 wins to 180 losses, including 3 region championships and 1 state title that was back in Class B. That does it for a little bit of some of the particulars here in this one in terms of how both of these teams got here. We'll let you know about some of the players coming up around the corner, but first, let's get to our coaches' conversation. We'll hear from Greg Pruitt next to the Killdeer Cowboys, and then Brad Whale. That's all ahead of the starting lineups and the opening tip today between Killdeer, the 8-seed, and Kindred, the 1-seed. It's the Division A quarterfinals here on your liveevent.com.
Every Wednesday night at 7, watch the YourLiveEvent.com Coaches Show, presented by the Hillsborough Economic Development Corporation. Stay up to date with the latest goings-on in the region, as we'll hear from area coaches in North Dakota and Minnesota. Plus, we'll highlight area high school seniors and their achievements in the classroom and on the court with our Senior Spotlight. That's the YourLiveEvent.com Coaches Show, presented by the Hillsborough Economic Development Corporation, Wednesday nights at 7 on YourLiveEvent.com.
As we continue on our pregame show here from the Fargo, brought to you in part by Irie Insurance. It is the Killdeer Cowboys going up against the Kindred Vikings. Joining us now from Killdeer, he's the head coach. That is Greg Pruitt. And Greg, first things first, I know a lot of people have been saying it, since Saturday in Newtown, getting that a game winner now to the Fargo. What's the last, 5 days been like for you as a coach and the community here with Killdeer?
Well, just an unbelievable atmosphere. I just think how everything played out, from getting into the region third and fourth place game to getting into that state qualifier game, coming down to the last second shot. It's just been unbelievable. I mean, there's really no downtime. People said, hey, have you prepped for Kindred? And honestly, we haven't had time to even think about it. Everyone's so excited. But, it's great to be here, and we want to represent our community well. We knew we have a tough draw right away, but that's why you play the game. That's why they call it March Madness, so hopefully we can bring some magic.
2.5 months ago when you played them in Valley City in that shootout, how have you changed and grown since then from your point of view here with the
Cowboys here, Greg?
Well, the biggest thing is we matured as a team. I mean, we're a young team. We have 2 seniors on the team. We don't start them. They're role players for us. But when we played them early in the year, we were still trying to find our identity. We have a whole different starting lineup than when we played them the first time. We're one of those teams that we like to guard 84 feet. And I think the first time we played them, we were a little bit timid. We saw how big they were, and we're like, okay, we got to try something different. Tonight, you're going to see the Killdeer Cowboys way. We're going to guard them 84 feet, and we're going to try to battle with them for the 32 minutes. But the first time we played them, it was like we're going to try a few things. It didn't work, and we played with them for first half. But now it's showtime, so we'll give our best.
When Killdeer's playing well for 32 minutes of basketball, what do you want to see here tonight for the Kindred Vikings? You might have alluded to already, Greg, but for 32 minutes, what do you want to see overall from your squad?
Well, we gotta guard them. I mean, that's the big thing. You know, we talk about defense. We take a lot of pride in that. And no matter if they're 6'7", 6'8", we got to guard them. We really got to hold them to one shot opportunities. Don't give them the second shot opportunities. And after that, we really want to pick up the transition. I mean, that's our game. I mean, that's where we get most of our points, pushing the basketball and trying to look for some easy baskets. We don't want to slow the game down, because I think if we do that, they're going to find matchups. So biggest thing for us is to guard and then push and see what comes from that.
I know Jackson and Owen obviously lead your team in scoring and rebounding, but it seems like at any particular point throughout the season might be someone else coming up large, whether it's defensively or asking, to maybe, get some deflections that you might not see in the stat column. So how much of a overall team effort has it been this season for Killdeer to get to this point of the season, Greg?
Well, I think you said it right there. I mean, we got 2 kids that average 12, but last couple games, Cooper Bang had a 24-point game. He had a 19-point game. Cale Hansen had a couple 20-point games for us this year. We really haven't put the complete game together where everybody's scoring for us. I think the key thing for us is a guy named Ja'Cory Dalen. Every night he guards the other team's best player, and he holds them to single digits. I mean, he's guarded some of the best in the state. Tyson Wick to different players, Bradley Kidd, and Ja'Cory has a big task tonight. He's going to guard some of the best players on Kindred's team, and he really helps us because he's one of our pieces of the missing identity we started the season with, and hopefully his defense will spark our offense, and we can go from there.
Greg, thanks so much for your time, and best of luck here tonight against the Vikings.
I appreciate it.
Then again, Coach Brew with the Killdeer Cowboys will continue on our pregame show after this from the Fargo Dome.
Honesty, loyalty, integrity. At Bank North, we've remained true to these values for generations. They shape the way we do business, work with customers, and support our communities. We've been here for more than a century, helping people grow farms and businesses, finance homes, and pursue their dreams. It's values-based banking, and it's all about working together to strengthen the common threads that bind us together. Bank North, always true.
Wanted, 5 finishers or 7 finishers.
Hey growers, when working on your water management solutions, call Chad's Excavating out of Mayville. They are your water management contractor, helping you with tile drainage plans, service drainage plans, or both. Remember, water management is a lifetime investment. Call Chad 701-430-0182 to get your water problem solved. For more information, follow Chad's Excavating on Facebook. For tile drainage and service plans, call 701-430-0182. Chad's Excavating out of Mayville, helping farmers grow.
As we continue on our Irie Insurance pregame show here today from the Fargo Dome, it's game number 3 of the quarterfinals featuring the Kindred Vikings and alongside the Killdeer Cowboys. Joining us now from Kindred, he's the head basketball coach, that is Brad Well. And Brad, congratulations again on making it to this point. But I know like all the teams say you get to this point, there's still some unfinished business as you make your way to the Fargo Dome here. So let's just talk about your opponent right off the bat, Killdeer, a team that you played at the end of December. You get to open up the season with them here. I guess from a matchup point of view, what's going to present a challenge against these Cowboys club later today?
Well, they're a real physical basketball team, and they're very scrappy, and they hustle, and they try to speed up tempo with some of their full court pressure. So they've made a lot of improvements, I thought, just kind of watching tape early December to watching film now, that could give us some fits if we don't do the things we're supposed to do.
There's more kind of crossover games, if you will, a little bit in A, depending on how you played it in the old Class B. But the Valley City Shootout, going to Devil's Lake, seen a lot of Western teams when you can, Brad. So how does that help you a little bit in terms of seeing a Killdeer, even though they might have changed since the end of December? How does that help or hinder a team when you play them a second time and to open up a state tournament?
Well, I think it helps you become familiar with their personnel a little bit. I mean, they can definitely change their scheme, and they have slightly. But I think it gives you their personnel and the matchups that you want to have, and maybe you want to adjust matchups. So I think personnel wise, it gives you both teams kind of an advantage.
For Jake Starcevic, I know a lot of people are kind of curious anytime you get a new player into a new group or a school district, wondering how he's going to be able to, kind of conform. We saw what happened on the football field, but on the basketball side of things, Brad, how has Jake Starcevic just, got into his role this season, and what has he provided to the Kindred Vikings, the last couple of weeks of the season, regular season, and in that Region 1 tournament?
Well, he's averaging right at 10 points a game. Very unselfish player. Very good defender. I know I've talked about this before. We like the fact that he's very versatile. He can guard a big, he can guard a perimeter player, and he's extremely strong. We like the fact that he can attack the basket and get to the rim.
And someone that is extremely strong in Riley Sunram. Not a lot of coaches have the opportunity to have a 6'6" plus kind of a caliber, 6'7", 6'9", for a Riley Sunram coming off the bench. Outside of obviously being a guy who takes up space, who can get rebounds, get block shots, what else does he provide after missing last year with injury here, Brad?
And he also missed 3 weeks with mono. But I think the one thing he can provide is some scoring punch for us. He can score a little bit in the paint, but he also can step out and hit the three. He's got a very soft touch from the 3-point line. So we like where the fact that he can stretch the floor a little bit.
At state tournament's always interesting. You get a lot more media timeouts, so the game's really into chunks more so than 8 minutes and here's a little intermission. So for you, Brad, how do you try to use that to your advantage as a coach, where you play 3-4 minutes, you get a chance to talk with them? I'm sure there's sometimes you go to the bench and you're like, I don't know what to say. We just went to the free throw line. We got a media timeout. You're back here 50 seconds later. But how do you try to use that to your advantage compared to, throughout the season where you really don't have too many media timeouts like you're going to see at a state tournament?
Well, I think it's an opportunity to possibly change your defense, come up with a set play if you have the basketball. There's definitely adjustments. And another thing, take that 30-second timeout at the end of a quarter or half. If you don't take it, you lose it. So that kind of gives you an opportunity to get you into a set or get the ball in the hands of a player you want the ball in. So I think that does help.
Final thing for me, Brad, from an X's and O's standpoint, is it turnovers? Is it rebounding, transition? Where's the game inside the game, so to speak, going to be won here against Killdeer in terms of tempo, pace, style of play? Where do you kind of begin here with this matchup with Killdeer?
Well, two things we've been emphasizing all year, and I don't know if we did that great of a job in the regional tournament. Number one was rebounding, and number two was taking care of the ball. We always want to be under 10 turnovers in postseason play. So I think if we do those things, we should be in good shape.
Brad, thanks so much for your time and best of luck here this evening against the Cowboys.
Thank you.
That again, Brad Whale, head coach of the Kindred Vikings, will continue on our pregame show after this from the Fargo Dome.
Saturday, April 6th, Vikings from across the land will converge to feast and celebrate the athletes and their achievements. Vikings will raise their swords, ride their mighty steeds, bid on treasures, gems, and experiences. with the focus on supporting the kids. Join the tradition, forged in friendship and molded in the spirit of family. Viking Pride.
A reminder, the broadcast of this tournament game has been authorized by special arrangement with the Board of Directors of the North Dakota High School Activities Association. And this is our pregame show brought to you in part by Irie Insurance. The Kindred Vikings in their white uniforms with those blue numerals and letterings, Vikings across the front. While for the Killdeer Cowboys, they're going to be in their all-black uniforms with orange numerals outlined in white here tonight. We'll get to our starting lineups, but first let's take a look at some of the players to watch out for here in this one. For the Killdeer Cowboys, 2 players that average in double digits over 12 points per game. That's Owen Schleppenbach, the 6'4 junior, 12 points and 6 rebounds, and his fellow teammate and Jackson Reese, the 6'5 sophomore forward, also averaging 12 points and 6 boards. But one thing that Greg Pruitt said to us in our pregame show, saying they don't feel like they've put a complete game together yet so far here from a Killdeer Cowboy perspective, and they want to guard all 84 feet from a high school, 94 feet once you get to a college or a NBA kind of arena, but they want to get up and down and guard, kind of reminiscent of the old Arkansas Razorbacks where it's 40 minutes of you-know-what is what they kind of want to play, and they really want to see if they can turn Kindred over and get up and down the floor. That is what they're looking for, but a couple players of Schleppenbach and Reese, and Cooper Bang has had himself a phenomenal last couple of games here. 24 points, 19 points in the postseason, but Ja'Cory Dalen, the 6' junior guard, we'll see who he kind of matches up with throughout the contest. For the Kindred Vikings, Brooks Bacco, an all-region performer with Carson Ossie, Jake Starcevic, and Presley Peraza were the 4 all-region players for head coach Brad Well, and they can hurt you in a number of different ways. Talking with Brad Well earlier in the season to where they are now as well, he mentioned it. It doesn't matter who the starting 5 is. It's about finding finishers to close off a contest. They'll go pretty much 7, maybe 8 deep. That's about it. But for the Kindred Vikings, it doesn't matter so much of one particular player getting going similar to Killdeer. It could be Carson Ossie hitting threes. It could be Brooks Bacco getting to the paint. It could be a Peraza dunk. It could be Sunram coming off the bench. It could be a host of different players that can hurt you from the Kindred Vikings perspective. Our officials here in this one, in Brent Weber alongside Kevin Sundry and Braden Schoberger. The Kindred Vikings 23 wins, 0 losses on the season, averaging 66 points per game, defensively giving up 45. For the Killdeer Cowboys, head coached by Greg Pruitt with a mark of 16-9 on the year, averaging 56 points per game, while defensively giving up 50. They'll go like this for Killdeer. Cale Hansen, the 5'10 junior guard, Owen Schleppenbach, the 6'4 junior center, Cooper Bang, the 6'2 junior, Jackson Reese, the 6'5 sophomore, and Ja'Cory Dalen, the 6' junior. 2 seniors, but coming off the bench here for Killdeer again in Hansen, Schleppenbach, Bang. That's Cooper Bang, Reese, and Dalen. Killdeer, head coach by Greg Pruitt. First time they made it to state since 1953. 3rd time overall in program history in 45 and 53. They have never appeared in a state championship game here for the Killdeer Cowboys. Now to the attention of Kindred, head coach by Brad Whale. They'll roll like this. At a 6'4 freshman, he is Brooks Bacco. Also from there, the 6'8 junior forward in Carson Ossie. You have Jake Starcevic, the 6'2 junior forward, with Presley Peraza, the 6'5 junior forward as well. And then Jack Davis, the senior guard and a stretch forward here for the Vikings. So Kindred again will go with Bacco, Ossie, Starcevic, Peraza, and Davis. The Vikings 23-0 on the season, head coach by Brad Well. Winner of this game will play at 8:15 tomorrow night in our second semifinal, joining Grafton and Devils Lake in the semis. Loser of this contest will play in the consolation semifinals at 2:45. That does it for our pregame show, brought to you in part by Irie Insurance. Get the insurance protection you want with the customer service that you deserve at Irie Insurance. They cover it all, from home, auto, crop, commercial, and benefits insurance. Go to IrieInsurance.com to get a free quote started today. When we come back after this, it's the opening tap between the number 1 overall seed Kindred Vikings and the 8th-seeded Killdeer Cowboys. This is the Division A state quarterfinals here from the Fargo on YourLiveEvent.com.
It's the most prestigious, challenging, rewarding tour on dirt. The most wanted, baddest outlaws, and the most powerful late models on the planet. The World of Outlaws Kings Late Models!
the first time ever World of Outlaws at Norman County Raceway on Saturday, June 29th.
Talk about good luck. You can save over $4,000 when you move into Benedict and Mission Court in Ada this month. Sign a lease and get your third month of rent free, and they'll waive the community fee. Benedict and Mission Court provides 3 meals a day, housekeeping, transportation, social activities, a full kitchen and handicap accessible bathroom, plus indoor access to essential healthcare and on-site Benedictine therapy services. Call today to schedule a tour, 218-784-5250. Benedictine.
If cold weather holds you back from planting corn each spring, you need Hefty brand 40 Series corn. As the industry's only corn seed recommended for soils as cold as 40 degrees, our 40 Series corn is made up exclusively of hybrids with the best vigor and cold germination scores, all treated with Hefty Complete to give you maximum protection. Plus, we back up all 40 Series hybrids with a free replant policy so you can plant 40 Series corn first and plant it with confidence. Available only at Hefty Seed Company.
Hey growers, when working on your water management solutions, call Chad's Excavating out of Mayville. They are your water management contractor, helping you with tile drainage plans, service drainage plans, or both. Remember, water management is a lifetime investment. Call Chad 701-430-0182 to get your water problem solved. For more information, follow Chad's Excavating on Facebook. For tile drainage and service plans, call 701-430-0182. Chad's Excavating out of Mayville, helping farmers grow.
The colors have been retired. Now we're getting ready for the opening tap between the Kindred Vikings and the Killdeer Cowboys here from the Pregame. I'm Chase Miller. Thanks so much for tuning in, and thank you throughout this season for tuning into our coverage of high school athletics here on YourLiveEvent.com. We also have North Star going up against Lemoore Litchfield-Marion with an audio-only broadcast from the Monmouth State Dome, and we'll also follow the Lobos and the Sargent County Bulldogs throughout the B tournament for our audio-only broadcast here on YourLiveEvent.com. And reminder, tomorrow, 3 big section title games in Minnesota in boys hoops, all at 7 o'clock, 6A, 8A, and 8AA here on YourLiveEvent.com as we put a bow on the winter season. The Killdeer Cowboys and the Kindred Vikings. It's the state quarterfinals here on YourLiveEvent.com. Earlier today, Devils Lake with that 72-55 win over Valley City. The Firebirds made 12 three-pointers in the win. Wiley DeLorme, the future University of Mary basketball commit, with 23 points and 5 threes for the Firebirds. And the Grafton Spoilers in a high-scoring affair, a 84-66 win over the Beulah Miners. Kyler Drug with 25 points, 11 rebounds in the win for the Grafton Spoilers. Still to come after the conclusion of this game, it'll be Delax Burlington and Shiloh Christian. Kindred will be going right to left. Killdeer will be going left to right. The Cowboys in their black uniforms, the Vikings in their white. Let's get ready for this semifinal here from the Pregame. Opening tap at 6:43 on a Thursday night, and our evening session of the state quarterfinals is underway. Davis, left-handed side, gives it to Starcevic. He'll take a ball screen. Starcevic spinning his way inside the paint. Left-handed layup for 2. That didn't take long here for the Kindred Vikings. Starcevic averaging 10 points per contest. Good spin. Kindred looking for a trap. Killdeer on the baseline. Shot fake for Dalen. Back up top now to Cooper Bang. The 6'2 junior slows it up now here for Killdeer as the Vikings in a man pressure defense. Left-handed side to Schleppenbach. Coming off the stagger. This one will go to the top of the key to Hansen as Hansen looks to reverse it. They do left-handed side to Dalen. Dalen with the basketball back up top. The Kindred Vikings looking for a steal, and they're going to get it. Starcevic to the paint. Starcevic, block shot coming, but he will go to the free throw line. Good D by the Vikings. Starcevic gets rewarded with free throws. A 55% free throw shooter on the season. Foul will be assessed on Killdeer. Foul will be on Ja'Cory Dalen. His first, the team's first. Least amount of points this season for Killdeer. Going back to when they played Kindred in Valley City, they were limited to 31 points in that contest as part of the Valley City shootout. So good start for head coach Brad Whale and the Kindred Vikings again as they lead it by 2 early on here. Free throw attempt number 2 will be up, and this one is good. So Starcevic 3, Killdeer scoreless here in the opening 45 seconds. Kindred half-court pressure defense. Schleppenbach lost it. Peraza comes up with a steal. Presley Peraza. Peraza going hard to the paint. Left-handed layup for 2. Presley Peraza makes it a 5-0 run, and so far we'll see a foul, and this will be on the Kindred Vikings. Going through this screen was Jack Davis. That'll be his first and the team's first, but a good start here for Kindred that hasn't allowed Killdeer to get up in their own full-court pressure defense. And Killdeer Cowboys here with Jackson Reese, the 6'5 sophomore, will handle the ball near sideline. Takes the ball screen here top of the key. Left-handed side with the pass to Dalen. Dalen gives it back up top to Schleppenbach. Schleppenbach looking for a teammate. Finds one near side of Hansen as he's guarded there by Davis. Hansen takes a couple of dribbles back to the top where that Fargadome emblem is. Hansen with 13 seconds on the shot clock, getting hounded by Davis. Bounce pass near sideline to Schleppenbach on the interior. There's a good step, rip and score. Dalen able to get the 2 points as the Killdeer Cowboys are on the board. Other side, Brooks Bacco hop, scop, and he's able to finish for 2. Brooks Bacco makes his way right to the paint, and so far for Killdeer, they are not stopping the drive here for Kindred, and the Vikings are taking full advantage of it. This one will be tapped out of bounds as the Vikings continue in their half-court trap right now, as Killdeer with Jackson Reese will inbound the basketball. Gives it up top to Hansen. Hansen left-handed side, ripping it through now is Schleppenbach. He'll have a jumper from the left baseline. Can't get it to go. Rebound to Starcevic, his first of the game. Starcevic the other side of the floor, finds it. Osi, couple dribbles inside the paint, kick. This one goes to Davis, left pocket 3. That'll be a long rebound, though, by Bacco, who is tied up with it on the inside as Jackson Reese make that Cooper bang, got his hand on top of the basketball with Brooks, and the possession arrow will make its way towards the Killdeer Cowboys. 5:47 left to play in the opening quarter here from the Fargadome. 7-2 Kindred over Killdeer. Cowboys in the front court as they handle it. Pass goes tipped, and it's eventually pinballed around, and going to be come up in it with is Ja'Cory Dalen. Left-handed side as this will go Cooper Bang. Bang gives it back up top now to Hansen, and Hansen calls out the offense. Hansen dribble enters to the right baseline, looks to take the ball screen, doesn't. This one off the shin of Peraza, and it will be Cowboys basketball. And we got our first media timeout on the floor. We'll break with them. 5:22 remaining here in the first quarter. It's the Kindred Vikings out to a fast start. 7-2 over Killdeer here on YourLiveEvent.com. And throughout the tournament, timeouts on the floor brought to you in part by our friends at Bank North. They take community to heart, helping customers achieve their financial goals while supporting and improving the great rural communities that they serve. They're more than just a bank, they're a community partner. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. For more information, go to ibanknorth.com. That again is ibanknorth.com. Chase Miller with you here from the Fargadome. So far, 3 points for Starcevic, 2 by Bacco and 2 by Peraza to make up Kindred 7 for the Killdeer Cowboys, led by Ja'Cory Dalen with 2 points here for the Cowboys. Killdeer to inbound the basketball as they will handle it with Cooper Bang on the baseline. There's Killdeer, plus 500 season a year ago, 13-9, adding to it this year and bringing back the most majority of this Cowboy club for next year as well. So circle the Killdeer Cowboys for a team to make note of once you get to next season. But they want some bigger aspirations here tonight against this Viking club. Tough shot on the interior by Reese. That's one is going to be blocked away by Brooks Bacco. Bacco, the other side, gives it. Nice little move inside for 2. Jack Davis for the 2 points. Brooks Bacco with the block and the assist. And the Vikings now take a 9-2 advantage. 4:51 remaining here in the first quarter. Drive to the baseline. Dalen slips it right short corner to Cooper. Bang, jumper on the way for Cooper. Rattling out, rebound, Dalen. That's going to be in for two. Make that Hansen. Kale Hansen gets the two-pointer. As it's points to come here for Killdeer. Now they want to trap. Baco breaks it to Davis. Extra pass to Peraza. Peraza spin his way. Here comes a double. Peraza rips it through. Got it to go. Peraza now with 4. And the Killdeer Cowboys able to have a full court transition. And now the game has picked up a little bit after the media timeout. And Dalen able to make his way right to the paint for 2 points off the window. Up and down we go in the last 45 seconds. Starcevic slips it past to Davis, right short corner. Davis gets walled off there now to Peraza. Peraza at the right wing. They're sagging him off. Peraza takes a couple of dribbles in the paint. Jumper long. Rebound coming down to the Cowboys. Schleppenbach will come up with it. Under 4 minutes to play here in our opening quarter. Hansen between the rings now for the Cowboys. Hansen going to dribble to the near sideline. Bounce pass. This will go up top. Starcevic looking for the steal. Schleppenbach gives it on the interior. Here goes Dalen. Block shot. Baco hits second. Other side of the floor now. Bang left wing on the jumper. Can't get it. And a board to Carson Ossie. The Killdeer Cowboys now finding their footing here in this first quarter. Peraza inside. Dribbles his way now to Ossie. Ossie wearing the John Deere color shoes of the green and gold, or the Packer colors, however you like it. Peraza making his way high, and he'll get fouled. Peraza goes from the left of the key to the right block. He gets fouled. Foul will be on Jackson Reese, his first, team second. And Presley Peraza, a 60% free throw shooter, heads to line to shoot 2 for the Vikings. Kindred so far 1 and 2 from the charity stripe. It's Kindred up by 5 with 3:15 remaining here in the first quarter. Free throw attempt for Peraza is up and in. Substitution for Riley Sunram coming into the game with Owen Hoyme as Starcevic and Davis will check out. For the Killdeer Cowboys, Chase Kling, the 5'9 sophomore guard, will be newly inserted into the game. Killdeer also with Nakori Dalen, the 6' junior, the twin of Jacori. Free throw attempt for Peraza, rattling in for 2. Kindred now 3 of 4 from the free throw line as a team. They lead it by 7 as the Cowboys will handle it here. Kindred, half-court trap. Is this one out of bounds? It will be, but it will be off of Kindred. So the Vikings, from the opening jump, we've seen the half-court trap at particular times as the Cowboys are bringing Calvin Dolbitz, the 5'11 junior center, in the contest here for the Cowboys. Killdeer might have one of the nicest new facilities, by the way, in the state in high school basketball, hosting the region tournament that they had out there in Killdeer. This will go right-handed side now to Dolbitz. Dolbitz bounce pass interior. There goes Peraza. Turnover number 3 for the Cowboys. Hoyme will handle it here. Leaves it right-handed side Ossie. Ossie couple dribbles, spins his way to Brooks Baco. Baco with the skip. This will go Peraza. Left pocket 3. Got it! Presley Peraza with his 14th made triple of the season, and the Vikings for the first time tonight have a double-digit lead. 2:40 remaining here in the first quarter. Ball goes right-handed side to Kling. Now on the interior to Dalen as they work it around the horn. Top the key to Reese. Reese, three-pointer for the answer. That one's going to be a deep 2 or a deep 3 on the way. That'll be 2. So Jackson Reese with a deep 2 here for Killdeer. Full court pressure defense. Peraza doubled in the backcourt here. Pops the pass to Baco. Baco finds Sunram, slips it to Hoyme. Hoyme right-handed scoop for 2. Well, so far, Killdeer said they want to pressure, but Kindred's done a good job answering the pressure with quality looks. It's on the deck here. The Vikings with Brooks. Baco gets on the deck with him with Chase Kling. Both guys hustling after this one. And with 2 minutes remaining here in the first quarter, we'll have a media timeout. The jump ball will favor Kindred. It will be Vikings basketball after the break. It's the Vikings up by 10.
Honesty, loyalty, integrity. At Bank North, we've remained true to these values for generations. They shape the way we do business, work with customers, and support our communities. We've been here for more than a century, helping people grow farms and businesses, finance homes, and pursue their dreams. It's values-based banking, and it's all about working together to strengthen the common threads that bind us together. Bank North, always true.
High school basketball here today on YourLiveEvent.com. Presley Peraza so far 2 for 2 from the free throw line. He made 3. He's got 9 of Kindred's 18 points. here for Peraza. That's all coming, mind you, the majority since the last media timeout when it was 7-2 Kindred with 5:22 left to play in the first quarter. 2 minutes remaining here in the opening stanza. The Killdeer Cowboys, 3 different players in the scoring column, led by the 4 points of Ja'Cory Dalen. Well, for Kindred, again, it's been the Presley Peraza show a little bit here in the opening 6 minutes. But for the Vikings, they've done a good job again with their own defense, as we talked about Greg Pruitt wanting a full court length defense, which they'll employ here. Brooks Bacco bringing in the front court. But Kindred has done a good job able to answer it as the Cowboys now come out a little 2-3 zone trap. Hoyme left wing. We'll see it here as he gives it back to the top of the key. And the Cowboys really extending on this 2-3 zone. Bacco at the right-hand side. High post, this goes to Starcevic. Starcevic shot fake, step through inside the paint. Can't get it. Rebound, tipped out eventually. Jackson Reese will come up with it. Reese with a full head of steam the other side of the floor. Reese makes his way into the paint. Bacco gets the steal. This one goes to Hoyme, but the Killdeer Cowboys get the ball right back. Cooper Bang guarded by Sunram. Bang going to the right baseline. Now it goes right-handed side to Jackson Reese. Good hedge. They try to double. This one gets slipped on the inside. Two Bang off the window. Left-handed layup, no. Ball pinballs around. It's still loose. Eventually Killdeer will come up with it. Nakori Darling can't get it. And now it's going to be the hands of Reese. Reese on the right baseline. Turnaround jumper. Tough shot, but got it to go. Jackson Reese now with 4, and the Cowboys with second and third chance opportunities cash in with 50 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. Vikings with Sunram with the high post. Sunram double, gives it to Brooks. Bacco makes his way, driving kick left pocket. Hoyme three-pointer, no. Rebound Brooks Bacco for the freshman. Bacco power dribble off the window, good for 2. Brooks Bacco, how do you do? It's now 20-10. 30 seconds remaining and an up and down kind of a pace first quarter. Left-handed side, Cooper Bang leaves it to the baseline now to Reese. Reese gives it back up top now to Bang. Nakori Dalen guarded by Sunram. About a half second between shot clock and the game clock. Dalen here with 8 seconds. Now with 7. Slips a pass right-handed side to Reese. Back up top. This one will go left wing. They got to get a shot off. Bang! Shot is blocked by Starcevic. And that's how we'll end our first quarter of play. Unless they put a half second on the game clock, as that game clock to shot clock again was about a half second between the pair. So if they do put a half second on, it would be Kindred essentially having to inbound it. And it's a catch and shoot from right about where Brad Whale typically stands in front of the Kindred bench. So they'll ask both teams to come back on the court, and they'll say with the block shot with Starcevic, they'll put a shot clock violation here and put 0.6 on the game clock. So if you're Kindred, it's pretty much a catch and shoot, try to get something towards your side of the basketball court, as Starcevic will inbound it right in front of the Kindred bench across the way and in front of the Kindred faithful out in full droves here in Fargo. Starcevic gives it Osi. Osi to try to beat the horn. That'll be short, and that's how we'll end our first quarter play. For the opening 8 minutes, it's the 1-seed Vikings 20, the 8-seed Cowboys 10 here on YourLiveEvent.com.
Triton Mechanical is your leader for commercial, industrial, and residential contracting in southeast North Dakota. From the quality of their products, the commitment to you, the customer, and their service, let Triton Mechanical handle your next request from heating, cooling, boilers, and more. Go online at triton-mechanical.com. That's triton-mechanical.com for all your service work or to get in contact with them today. Triton Mechanical is a division of Grotberg Electric, and they strive to leave a legacy of excellence with their partners, customers, and employees.
It's the Kindred Vikings 20-10 over the Killdeer Cowboys here on YourLiveEvent.com. I'm Chase Miller, courtside with you here from the Fargo Dome. The Vikings led it 7-2, 18-8, now 20-10 as we go to our second 8 minutes of play before we get to our halftime report. Contest that started at 6:43 as we get you slated here for this second quarter action. Kindred gets the steal right off the bat here with Jack Davis. Davis to the right-handed side. Leaves it to Starcevic. Extra pass to Hoyme. Left baseline three. Hoyme, that'll be long off the back tab. Rebound comes down to Killdeer, and the Cowboys throw it up from Hansen to Schleppenbach. Schleppenbach off the window. Can't get it to go. Backside rebound. Put back good for two, and the Cowboys get the second chance opportunities. Nakori Dalen with the 2 points here for Killdeer, and the Cowboys back within single digits. Osi flashing, Peraza jumper, free throw line rattling out, rebound goes down to Cooper Bang, and the Cowboys run a run. Bang left-handed side gives it now to Nakori. Back to Bang as they work it to Reese. Reese ripping it, jumper from the right elbow, that will rattle out and aboard to Presley Peraza. Peraza will utilize it now for the Kindred Vikings. Peraza double, hops, gives it to the baseline. Hoyme left pocket three, short, rebound goes to Starcevic. And the Vikings with a fresh 35. Starcevic makes his way on the baseline, and then we'll see it go out of bounds and a turnover here on Kindred. That'll be their second. So Baco comes back into the game for the Vikings as Osi will check out, and Hansen will check out of the game as Ja'Cory Dalen will check in here for the Killdeer Cowboys. Schleppenbach gives it now in the hands of Nakori Dalen. Nakori guarded there by Hoyme. Dribble enters, bounce pass on the inside to Schleppenbach. Gives it back up top now to Reese. Reese looking for the ball screen. Takes it. Good hedge by Starcevic, and Starcevic comes up with a steal. Starcevic trying to go coast to coast. Count it, got it good. Starcevic now with 5, a chance to make it 6 at the line. Starcevic's done a good job with the defense to offense here tonight for the Vikings. Foul will be on Reese, his second, team's first of the quarter, and Starcevic's first field goal of the game, again, was a steal and score, and able to do that here in the second quarter as the Vikings have regained the advantage by 10 with 6:28 remaining here in the first half. Free throw attempt is up and good, and the Vikings now 4 of 5 from the free throw line on top of it. Dalen, right-handed side to Hansen. Hansen handles the basketball here. Bounce pass to the right-handed side to Bang. Bang gives it back up top. Ripping it through there is going to be Nakori Dalen. Dalen gives it back. This is a Hansen rainbow three. That'll go short. A rebound, toss for, and eventually we'll see a foul. Foul will be on the Killdeer Cowboys. This could be on Schleppenbach, and we'll see if it is. It will be. Owen will pick up the foul, his first, team second. Good rebound by Brooks Baco on the interior against some of this pressure, again, for Killdeer. So after that and one opportunity, again by Starcevic, 23-12 Vikings as they make it right-handed side to Hoyme, back to Baco. Brooks Baco inside, slips the pass, but it's going to be a turnover. Goes right to Cooper Bang. Bang gives it now to Hansen. Hansen inside the paint, and there's a foul here on Kindred. Foul will be assessed on Brooks Baco, his first, team's first in the second quarter. And Riley Sunram will check in here for the Vikings. As coming out will be Owen Hoyme. And Killdeer, since the opening 6 minutes, has stayed with that 2-3 zone, or they're being very active up top on that zone. Cowboys on the baseline here. Hansen, bounce pass, gives it to Schleppenbach, but reading that one perfectly is Peraza. Now it's to Starcevic up the other side of the floor. Baco, this one going to Sunram, but tapped out of bounds. Good defense coming back here for the Killdeer Cowboys with Cooper Bang to hustle back defensively there for Killdeer. As Kindred will inbound it here with Starcevic. Starcevic gives it to Brooks Baco. Baco with a couple left-handed dribbles. Extra pass now to Peraza. Peraza on the baseline. Slips it. This one going to be eventually a turnover. Taking it is Dalen. Dalen, Nakori, block shot for Starcevic. This one comes down now to Ja'Cory, his twin. Left of the key, three, rattle it in. A three-pointer for Cooper Bang. And the Killdeer Cowboys are back with an 8. Brooks Baco gives it now to Starcevic as the Vikings will set up the offense. Starcevic to Baco here, and that's stripped away. Hansen gets a strip. Back-to-back turnovers. Cowboys, though, then we'll see this one with Starcevic, who intercepts it in transition. Finds it to Peraza to Sunram, and Sunram misses the layup. Rebound to Schleppenbach, and the Cowboys have got this to a helter-skelter kind of a pace. Timeout on the floor here for Greg Pruitt and the Cowboys. We'll break with them. 4:47 remaining in the first half. It's the Killdeer Cowboys down by 8 with the ball. We return against the Kindred Vikings.
Let the geeks at GK Technology help you with your agricultural data. Their agronomists know agriculture. When it comes to creating soils and zone maps to maximize yields in your fields, you can trust the people with decades of experience in site-specific agriculture. Everyone at GK Technology has a background in agriculture, so they know what makes a farm run, and they speak your language. The geeks at GK Technology have a map and an app for that.
High school basketball here on YourLiveEvent.com. Timeout on the floor here with Greg Pruitt. And in the state games, you automatically go to 4 timeouts instead of 5 because of the media timeouts that you have. And if you don't burn one in the first half, you lose it going into halftime. So timeout on the floor, brought to you in part by Bank North. They're a community partner that you can always count on. It's values-based banking. To learn more, visit ibanknorth.com. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. 23-15, and the Killdeer Cowboys finding their footing so far. Just 5 points here in the quarter for Killdeer, but they've held Kindred to just 3 points. Now is a Starcevic and one in transition. 4:47 remaining till we get to our halftime show, where we'll recap what happened earlier in the day, let you know on games that are going on across the state of North Dakota, particularly in Minot, and keep you apprised on what's happening in Minnesota tomorrow with 3 large basketball games in section championships here on your live event. Cooper Bang crossing the timeline here, guarded by Brooks Bacco. Bang at the right wing, taking a couple of dribbles, makes his way on the baseline, spins, tough shot, partially deflected potentially by Brooks. Sunram comes up with a steal. The rebound, that is, as Starcevic left baseline 3, can't find it, and a board to the Cowboys, and the Cowboys run a run. Here goes Dalen, right-handed side to Reese. Jackson Reese, bounce pass on the interior, eventually almost stolen away by OC. Went off of Sunram to Carson, and right now the question is, which team is going to find their offensive mojo here before we go to the half? If it's Kindred, their largest lead is at 10. They could balloon it up to more than 10 as Hansen will check in. But if it's Killdeer, all of a sudden you can put some pressure on the Vikings before you get to the half, possibly trailing it by a possession or possibly tie or take the lead. Cowboys on the baseline here with Schleppenbach, makes his way to the baseline to Hansen on the kick. Hansen left-handed side back up top. Dalen, this is Nakori, back up top now to Hansen. Hansen top of the key, looking for a teammate. Takes the ball screen here by Reese. Lavic goes in, he throws one up, and he will get fouled in the act of shooting. Jackson Reese will head to the free throw line to shoot 2. The foul will be assessed here on the Vikings. Barraza will pick up his first and the team's second. To the strike is going to be Reese, the sophomore at 6'5", bends the knee, right-handed flick, up and good. That's the Cowboys' first free throw attempt of the game, as Killdeer will bring on Ethan Hendrickson, the 6'1" senior. And Killdeer now back within 7. Free throw attempt number 2 on the way here for Jackson Reese. And Reese able to hit the second one. He's got now 6 in the game. This one will go left-handed side as Kindred will see this one. Back to the right wing to Brooks Bacco. Bacco right-handed side to OC. OC reverse pivots here at the top of the key. OC gives it to Bacco. Bacco slips a pass as this one will be tapped out of bounds with 3:39 remaining here in the first half. Barraza gives it Bacco. Bacco left wing, missed it, air ball out of bounds. And the Killdeer Cowboys right now, again, going to that 2-3 zone. They've been disruptive. Kindred's had some good looks. They just haven't fallen. And Killdeer, on the opposite side, they're chipping away at this deficit right now as it's to 6 as the Cowboys run into each other. This one, we'll handle it with Jackson Reese. Reese at the high post, gives it now to the top of the key to Nakori Dalen. Make that Dalen, excuse me. Dalen gets walled off here by Starcevic. Bounce pass now, that goes back to Reese. Reese takes the ball screen. Starcevic comes out to Hedge. This will be at the top of the key. Dalen, three-pointer, that'll go short. Follows his own shot, put back off the window. No, it's loose underneath, and Sunram will come up with it. Sunram finds OC. OC outlet, finds it to Baco. Baco's pass to Peraza. Peraza on the baseline, finds it to Brooks. Brooks up and nearly got it to go, but Brooks Baco will head to the free throw line. Foul on Killdeer, looks to be on Ethan Hendrickson. It'll be his first, team's third, and we'll have a media timeout on the floor. 2:46 remaining here in the half. It's the Kindred Vikings 23, the Killdeer Cowboys 17, here on your liveevent.com.
If cold weather holds you back from planting corn each spring, you need Hefty brand 40 Series corn. As the industry's only corn seed recommended for soils as cold as 40 degrees, our 40 Series corn is made up exclusively of hybrids with the best vigor and cold germination scores, all treated with Hefty Complete to give you maximum protection. Plus, we back up all 40 Series hybrids with a free replant policy so you can plant 40 Series corn first and plant it with confidence. Available only at Hefty Seed Company.
The Jacobson Red Angus Annual Bull Sale, Thursday, March 21st at the ranch near Hitterdall, Minnesota. New exciting genetics, 65 of the region's highest quality Red Angus bulls, 20 elite registered heifers, and 5 replacement bred heifers. The sale broadcast on DV Auction. Request a catalog today. Email gjrangus@feltontel.net or call 701-361-3189. Jacobson Red Angus and Partners, Rivers Edge Cattle Company, Prairie Red Angus Annual Bull Sale, Thursday, March 21st. Visit jacobsonredangus.com.
High school basketball here on yourliveevent.com. It's the Kindred Vikings 23, Killdeer 17, 2:46 remaining here in this first half of play as the Vikings will head to the free throw line with Brooks Baco, who's 20 of 35 on the season from the stripe. Baco, free throw attempt rattling out. Kindred again with just 3 points here in the quarter, just one field goal. That's allowed the Killdeer Cowboys, even though they've only have 7 points, to chip away at this deficit here in the second. Baco, free throw attempt number 2, got it. Substitution will be Nakori. Dalen will check in as Ethan Hendrickson will check out. And for the Killdeer Cowboys, right now we'll see what Schleppenbach's able to utilize here with Jackson Reese. Reese makes his way to the baseline jumper from 15. That'll go along. OC with the rebound. Double team here, and it's off of who? And it will be off of Killdeer. But immediately, even after misses, the Cowboys coming on and springing a trap immediately on OC. And it goes right back to what Greg Pruitt said. He wanted to guard all 84 feet of the floor. Here at the Farganum, it's 94 feet, but they are doing that in this second quarter. High post, Starcevic gives it interior now to Baco. Kick to the baseline. Starcevic goes through, and it'll be a little hip check on his way to the paint. Foul will be on Killdeer. This will be their last one to give of the quarter. And Jacori will pick up the foul. That'll be his second. And with 2:21 remaining in the second quarter, Kindred with Davis to inbound the basketball. Davis gives it to Brooks. Baco back to Davis. Davis back to Baco here at the top of the key as they swing it now to OC. OC to Baco. Baco high post to Peraza, now to OC. OC left wing rising, shooting, three-pointer no. Rebound though to Peraza. Presley will utilize it here back to OC. OC at the 2-minute mark to Peraza at the left wing. Peraza a couple dribbles in the paint now to Baco. Baco finds it. OC rising, left wing rainbow, three-pointer no. A board though on the inside by Davis, and another opportunity here for Kindred. Peraza, shot fake at the right wing. Peraza gives it around the horn now to Davis. Davis back to Presley. Presley free throw line, hard dribble to the paint, got it to go for 2. Presley Peraza now with 11 to lead the floor here for the Vikings. As he add that free throw attempt by Baco to handle it. This one will go now to Jacori. Dalen on the interior, and Killdeer eventually lost it for a moment after it went right through Schleppenbach's hands, and a turnover and a steal with OC. Starcevic inside the paint, leaves it to Peraza from the left block, can't get it to go, and a board on the inside by Schleppenbach. Owen in the front court. Schleppenbach leaves it. Here goes Starcevic with the steal. Starcevic up the other side of the floor. Starcevic with the oop to Baco. Count it. Got it. Oh, Brooks Baco with the end one. Brooks Bacco, the first dunk of the night for Kindred. And that is a welcome into the living room kind of a dunk for Brooks Bacco. And Starcevic with the perfect pass to allow Brooks to corral it, and enough of some contact with the dunk. As the Cowboys pick up the foul, that'll be on Ja'Cory Dalen, his third. And for the Vikings, that is what they feed off of, our points in transition, allowing to get out and run. And Brooks Bacco, the freshman, missing the three-point opportunity. Rebound will come out to Chase Kling. Kling near sideline now to Hansen. Hansen lost it. Another turnover here on Killdeer. They have 12 so far in the half. The Vikings will see it now to Brooks Bacco. Bacco will see it here. Right-handed side as this one will go to Owen Hoyme. Hoyme looking for the ball screen, takes it, pops it, pass now to Bacco. Bacco rising, three-pointer no. Oh, look at Sunram get the board though. Hoyme back up top to Brooks. Brooks the baseline here to Starcevic, back to Bacco against this 2-3 zone. Left-handed side Starcevic. And the Vikings content to possibly take the final shot of the half as Brad Whale wants a timeout here, and a use it or lose it again timeout with 23.7 seconds remaining in this first half of play. Timeout on the floor again, brought to you in part by Bank North. Go to ibanknorth.com to find a branch or location near you. That is the highlight play of the day so far, though, that alley-oop from Starcevic to Bacco. Brooks able to get out in transition, and the 6'4 freshman able to earn the dunk as well. And for the Kindred Vikings, they're back now up at 28-17. And you look at what Kindred's been able to do the last 2.5 minutes. It's a 5-0 run for Kindred. What was a 23-17 game at one point. Now it's ballooned up to the largest lead of the game here for the Vikings at 11. We'll get to our halftime show, keep you apprised of what's going on as well at the Minot State Dome. And the Vikings will inbound it as they handle it with Starcevic up top to Brooks Bacco. Bacco here, doubled, top of the key, finds Starcevic. Starcevic gives it now to Peraza. Peraza, right-handed side to Davis. Davis gives it to Osi. Osi back to Bacco. Bacco top of the key with 7 to Osi. Back to the right-handed side of Davis with 3 seconds. Bacco with 2. Gives it to Starcevic. Spinning inside the paint. Left-handed shot. Nearly got it to go. And the Vikings took every second off the shot clock that they could. They left 1 second remaining here in the half, and they get free throws on top of it. Reese will pick up his third. So for Killdeer, 2 of your 5 starters with 3 fouls going to the half. And Starcevic heads to the free throw line, missing the first. You couldn't drawn up any better if you're Brad Whale. They're able to kill nearly the entire part of the possession that you wanted. Starcevic, right-handed toss, missing the second rebound. Peraza, putback block shot here for the Killdeer Cowboys, and that's how we'll end our first half of play. After 1 half of play, it's the Kindred Vikings 28, led by the 11 points of Presley Peraza. The Killdeer Cowboys 17, paced by the 6 points of Jackson Reese. Our halftime show is coming up next from the Fargo here on YourLiveEvent.com.
Hey growers, we're working on your water management solutions. Call Chad's Excavating out of Mayville. They are your water management contractor, helping you with tile drainage plans, service drainage plans, or both. Remember, water management is a lifetime investment. Call Chad 701-430-0182 to get your water problem solved. For more information, follow Chad's Excavating on Facebook. For tile drainage and service plans, call 701-430-0182. Chad's Excavating out of Mayville, helping farmers grow.
Saturday, April 6th, Vikings from across the land will converge to feast and celebrate the athletes and their achievements. Vikings will raise their swords, ride their mighty steeds, bid on treasures, gems, and experiences, with the focus on supporting the kids. Join the tradition, forged in friendship and molded in the spirit of family. Viking pride.
With roots in Hillsboro, North Dakota, RDK Enterprises has been a cornerstone of the agricultural community since 2011. Now, under new ownership, we proudly introduce GSD Precision Ag. Same great team, same dedication to excellence, but with a fresh perspective. At GSD Precision Ag, we are committed to innovation and forward-thinking solutions that empower your farm's success. GSD Precision Ag, your partner in progress, same trusted service, now with renewed energy and vision.
At the half, it's 28-17 Vikings over the Killdeer Cowboys. For the Kindred Vikings, 20 points in the first quarter, then 8 points in the second. For Killdeer, 10 points in the first quarter and 7 points in the second. We'll take a look at some of the first half numbers in a moment, but first let's recap what happened earlier today here inside the Fargo and keep you apprised of what's going on out west as well at the Minot State Dome. It's in the second quarter of play between Lemoore Litchfield Marion and North Star. North Star with a 28-18 advantage at the half. That again, North Star up by 10 over Lemoore Litchfield Marion. Earlier today on the Class B side of things, West Hope Newburgh with a 67-61 win over Edgeley Cullum. Pillier Walker Broughton with 23 points and 10 rebounds in the win for West Hope Newburgh. And then also picking up a win was Bowman County. Bowden Duffield with 26 points in the win for Bowman County over our Redeemers 55-42. Earlier today, here from the A at the Fargo, Devils Lake with a 17-point victory over the Valley City Highlanders. They came out stroking it early. They hit 5 first quarter threes. They had 12 in the game as the Firebirds will move on and play the Grafton Spoilers in the semifinals after Grafton upended Beulah 84-66. Kyler Drug with 25 points and 11 rebounds in the win for Grafton. So the consolation semifinals will feature Valley City and Beulah at 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. The loser of this game will play at 2:45 against the loser of our next contest with Des Lacs Burlington and Shiloh Christian. The winner of this game will play at 8:15 against the winner again between the Lakers and the Skyhawks. At the half, it's the Kindred Vikings 28, the Killdeer Cowboys 17. We'll take a quick break and we come back after this. Take a look at the first half numbers. That's coming up around the corner here on your liveevent.com.
Red River Valley Speedway.
Racing runs May through August. For more details, visit redrivervalleyspeedway.com.
Your back. Protecting homes, vehicles, businesses, crops, personal protections, and so much more. Our service agents answer the phone with a kind of speed and detail that even the Secret Service would envy. Get protected. Get Irie Insurance. Go to irieinsurance.com for a free quote and consultation.
Take a look at the first half numbers here in this one for the Kindred Vikings. On the individual side, led by Presley Perazza with 11 points, 2 of 2 from the free throw line. Also from there, you have the 7 points of Brooks Bacco, the 6 of Jake Starcevic, and then the 2 points of Owen Hoyme and the 2 points of Jack Davis. Again, the Kindred Vikings led by the 11 of Presley Perazza. For the Killdeer Cowboys, paced by the 6 points of Jackson Reese, you have Ja'Cory Dalen with 4 points. 3 points then for Cooper Bang, 2 points by Hanson, and 2 points for Nakori Dalen as well here for the Killdeer Cowboys. First half numbers, Kindred shooting 37% from the floor, just 1 of 11 from 3, 5 of 10 from the free throw line, 13 rebounds, 6 assists to 4 turnovers, Well, for Killdeer, they're shooting 29% from the floor at 7 of 24. They're 1 of 5 from the three-point line, 2 for 2 from the stripe. Killdeer out-rebounding the Vikings by 3 at 16. 1 assist to 12 turnovers here for Killdeer. Also, leading rebounder for the Vikings, 3 for Riley Sunram, 3 points, 3 boards for Brooks Bacco. Bacco with 3 assists as well, 4 steals for Jake Starcevic. Killdeer led on the window so far by the 4 boards of Nakori Dalen. And then you have the 1 assist by Ja'Cory Dalen, his twin, here for the Killdeer Cowboys. Again, at the half, it's the Kindred Vikings 28, the Killdeer Cowboys 17. This is our halftime show as the Kindred Vikings, again, have a 11-point advantage. We'll come back, opening second half, coming up in just a few moments from the Fargo when we return here on your liveevent.com.
Homegrown local radio is now worldwide with 24-hour streaming. Download the RJ Radio app to hear local voices from local radio with KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ 24 hours a day from anywhere. You can listen to your favorite programs like the RJ Family Morning Show, local news, farm markets, music, high school sports, church services, more from anywhere. KRJB, KRJM, and 96.7 KKCQ is streaming on the RJ Radio app. Download it to your device and take us with you wherever you go.
Hey growers, when working on your water management solutions, call Chad's Excavating out of Mayville. They are your water management contractor, helping you with tile drainage plans, service drainage plans, or both. Remember, water management is a lifetime investment. Call Chad 701-430-0182 to get your water problem solved. For more information, follow Chad's Excavating on Facebook. For tile drainage and service plans, call 701-430-0182. Chad's Excavating out of Mayville, helping farmers grow.
As we get you ready for the third quarter of play here, the Kindred Vikings again 28-17 with the advantage here on YourLiveEvent.com. We will follow Kindred throughout the throughout the entirety, that is, of the State Division A tournament. We will follow Lemoore, Litchfield, Marion, and Sargent County in the Division B side of things as well. Again, you can listen to all those games here on YourLiveEvent.com. Little history for the Kindred Vikings. 1 state title coming at the Minot State Dome back in 2001 against Edgley Column Montpelier, 40-34. For the Vikings, they have now 9 state tournament appearances in program history, and they've been here 3 of the last 4 seasons. For the Killdeer Cowboys, 3rd state tournament appearance in program history. They've never played in a state championship. They made it in 1945 and 1953. Where the 2 times Killdeer has made it to state, so it's been 80-plus years. And for Killdeer, what do you get? You get the number 1 rated team here in the state of North Dakota. As right now, Carson Ossie getting some attention on the far side, just getting a little wrap as he comes back to the floor here for Kindred. So it's 28-17 as we get you ready for the third quarter. Vikings, again, led by Presley Peraza in terms of points with 11, but Starcevic has had some timely plays that have resulted in transition field goals here and 2 points for the Kindred Vikings. For the Killdeer Cowboys, there's not just one particular player that has played leaps and bounds ahead of the others, but Jackson Reese with 6 points. We haven't said Cooper Bang much, but he's had the only made 3-pointer here for Killdeer. He's got 3, but Ja'Cory and Nakori Dalen have had some quality looks and quality defense here for Killdeer. The Vikings, 28, the Killdeer Cowboys 17 as we start our third quarter play with Kindred. Will handle the basketball here. Killdeer Cowboys with those black uniforms, these orange numerals and lettering with Cowboys across the front outlined in white with that white and orange trim down the side for the Kindred Vikings in their white uniforms with that Kindred blue across the front with Vikings and the numerals outlined in black. here for the Kindred Vikings. As Killdeer comes out, little zone defense here as it looks to be a 1-3-1. We'll see if they stay with it. Coach Pruitt, man defense, went to a little trap full court, also to a 2-3. Peraza takes the dribble, looks for a teammate, finds one. Bacco gives it right-handed side. Count it, got it good. Jack Davis now with 4, a chance to make it 5 at the line. Nice movement. Able to go to the high post to low post. Foul will be on Jackson Reese, and he'll pick up his 4th immediately here in the 3rd quarter. So Reese will pick up the foul. It'll be the team's first, the 3rd, and go to half-court offensive set for the Vikings. Free throw attempt on the way, rattling out. Rebound, Starcevic. Starcevic put back, good for 2. Starcevic now with 8. And for the Vikings, a little 4-0 run to open up the contest here in the second half in the opening 20 seconds. Cooper Bang left-handed side to Hansen. Hansen will see it here in a foul on Starcevic on the left wing. Starcevic will pick up the foul. That'll be Jake's first, team's first of the quarter here. And for the Vikings, this is their largest lead of the contest at 15 as the Cowboys here with Hansen give it up top. Cooper Bang between the circles. Bang looking for a teammate, finds one left-handed side to Hansen. Hansen with it. Makes a pass now. That'll go to Nakori Dalen. Back to Hansen, top of the key, takes the screen, bounce pass left-handed side as this one will go to Cooper Bang. Bang rises, left elbow, jumper, book it. Cooper Bang now with 5 and a answer here for the Cowboys. Starcevic gets walled off right short corner, finds it to Peraza. Peraza bounce pass to Bacco, steps into a 3-pointer. Brooks rattling in and out, no good. And a board coming down to Nakori. Dalen leaves it off for Cooper Bang now at the top of the key. Bang sets up the offense for the Cowboys. To Hansen, bounce pass on the interior to Schleppenbach on a flare screen. Here goes Hansen, rainbow 3, rattle it in. Hansen with the triple, that had some hang time. And the Vikings see that lead trimmed down to 10. OC from the NBA range, 3-pointer, that'll go long. Rebound to Davis, rising from 14. Can't get it to go, and a board here to Hansen. Hansen and the Cowboys trying to get it back to single digits. Hansen floater off the window, rattling out, and a board to Jack Davis. Presley Peraza up the other side as this one will go to Starcevic. Starcevic rips it through, and there's going to be a foul on the floor. This foul will more than likely look to be on Cooper Bang, and it will be. Cooper will pick up the foul, his first and the team's second, as he was draped a little bit there on Starcevic. As the Vikings, with 6:04 remaining here in the 3rd quarter, lead it by 10 over the Killdeer Cowboys. Peraza on the left-handed side. Presley gives it now to Davis. Back to Peraza. Peraza left-handed side, and this one will be stolen away. The Vikings will have their 6th turnover of the contest. Cooper Bang, little shake and bake, gives it now to Schleppenbach on the interior, slips it to Dalen, and eventually this one gets kicked around. It's still loose, and we'll see it out of bounds, and it will be off the Killdeer Cowboys. Schleppenbach lost it for a moment. Brooks Bacco took a little brunt of that one. And he looks to be okay as the Cowboys will come out and see if they trap. They will go back into their zone. Right-handed side, Davis back to Bacco. Bacco inside the paint. Right-handed scoop for 2. Brooks Bacco now with 9, and the Vikings lead it by 12. This will go to the right-handed side to Nakori. Dalen spins inside, and a Presley Peraza block shot. Davis gives it to Peraza. Peraza the other side of the floor. Peraza rising with the right-handed thunderous jam. Presley Peraza with 13 points. Brooks Bacco had the alley-oop, and Peraza took the Thor hammer out of nowhere and able to go in transition. Other side of the floor. Killdeer answer 3. No, that'll go long by Dalen. Rebound, though, to Nakori. Back up top now to Cooper Bang. And for Killdeer, Cooper Bang will utilize it here at the right wing. Bang, bounce pass on the interior. This one goes on the inside of Schleppenbach, and eventually it will be a turnover. Brooks Bacco gets the steal. The Vikings go the other side of the floor. Starcevic making his way. Starcevic looking to spin, gives it to Bacco, good for 2. Brooks Bacco now in double digits, and the Vikings lead at 36-22. Kindred now with a 38-22 advantage, that is, with 4:27 remaining here in the third quarter. Media timeout on the floor. We'll break with them.
Triton Mechanical is your leader for commercial, industrial, and residential contracting in southeast North Dakota. From the quality of their products, the commitment to you, the customer, and their service, let Triton Mechanical handle your next request from heating, cooling, boilers, and more. Go online at triton-mechanical.com. That's triton-mechanical.com for all your service work or to get in contact with them today. Triton Mechanical is a division of Grotberg Electric, and they strive to leave a legacy of excellence with their partners, customers, and employees.
Timeout on the floor brought to you in part by Bank North. At Bank North, they take community to heart, helping customers achieve their financial goals while supporting and improving the great rural communities that they serve. They're more than just a bank. They're a community partner, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Go to ibanknorth.com. Second timeout here for Killdeer. They'll have 2 remaining with 4:24 remaining in the third quarter. And the Vikings half-court trap here with Bacco and Hoyme, and they'll see a foul on Hoyme after Nakori Dalen kind of went into no man's land. Owen Hoyme with enough of the reach there, his first and the team's second here of the third quarter. Big-time dunk for the Kindred Vikings. We've seen 2 of them from Bacco, and that one by Peraza. Left-handed side will go Ja'Cory Dalen to the baseline. This one wraps on the interior. Sunram walls him off back up top to Ja'Cory. Extra fine right to the key. 3-pointer by Bang. That'll go short. And aboard of Brooks Bacco. Look at Bacco with the dribbling handles. Bacco making his way. Bacco slips it past to Sunram. Gets the ball right back now to Starcevic. Starcevic gives it to Sunram, and Riley goes up, and there's a foul. Cooper Bang will pick up the foul, his second. It'll be the team's third, and the future University of Minnesota football commit, Riley Sunram, heads to the free throw line where he's 22 of 37 on the season. Vikings averaging 66 points per game, but they can find ways to win a half court. They got the athletes to get up and down, so that's been the question all season long with opposing teams is how do you run different things at them and try to get something that is to your advantages. Chase Kling, the 5'9 sophomore, and Kelvin Dobitz, the 5'11 junior, will check in. Sunram free throw attempt number 2 is up and good. For the Kindred Vikings, it's their largest lead at 17. Killdeer able to break the press and go right to the paint for 2. Calvin Dobitz with his first field goal, and the Killdeer Cowboys are back within 15. Brooks Bacco sees this one go off of his foot inadvertently, but right to a Viking, but then it's going to be stolen away. Here goes Dalen. Dalen with a shot fake, not once, but twice, and got it in for 2. Nakori Dalen with points off the turnover here, and then a foul in the backcourt, as this foul will be assessed on the Killdeer Cowboys. And this will be on Ja'Cory, his 4th, the team's 4th of the quarter as well. That's something that Craig Pruitt wanted to see from his guys. He mentioned guard, 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 and then from there get up and down the floor as quickly as you can. He understands, like a lot of teams, when you're going up against Kindred, you don't want to just set up in the half court time and time again because the length of the Vikings, they can just be so disruptive. Davis bounce pass. This one goes all the way somehow to the right block to Hoyme. Hoyme with handle it back now to Bacco. Bacco slips it to Peraza, who spins and then gets fouled. This foul will be across the way on the Killdeer Cowboys. Looks to be on Cooper Bang. It is. That'll be his 3rd, and we'll see 2 free throws here for Presley Peraza. Peraza, 13 points. He's scored in every quarter so far. Has a dunk and a 3, and he's now trying to add to it here. Peraza free throw attempt. That'll go short. Make sure you stay tuned to our post-game show. We'll get to our GSD Precision Egg player of the game. We'll try to hear from some of the particulars as well. That and take a look at the final numbers. Peraza free throw attempt Number 2 is down and in, now with 14 points, and the Vikings lead it by 14. Bounce pass goes to Bang. Bang from the left baseline gets fouled, and Peraza will pick up the foul. Presley with his second team starting. Cooper Bang will shoot 3 free throws at the line here for the Killdeer Cowboys. And we'll have a media timeout on the floor before then. It's the Kindred Vikings 40, the Killdeer Cowboys 26. It's the State A quarterfinals here on YourLiveEvent.com. Looking crowd filing in here on this particular first day. The Kindred Vikings with 2 full sections, and you got a little sparing of even a 2.5 to 3. Killdeer with a nice showing here with 1 full section for the Killdeer Cowboys in their black and orange here inside the Pregame. Kindred 40, the Killdeer Cowboys at 26 so far. Vikings game number 24 of their season. Well, for Killdeer, this is game number 26 of their campaign. The Killdeer Cowboys and the Kindred Vikings in game number 3 of the quarterfinals. Still to come from the Pregame. It's the 4 seed of Delax Burlington and the 5 seed of Shiloh Christian. So far, it's been all East. Devils Lake, Grafton, and if Kindred can pull it off here against Killdeer, it'll be 3 Eastern side of the state teams with 2 in Region 2 and 1 in Region 1 making their way to the champion chip side of the bracket into the semifinals. Delax Burlington and Shiloh Christian out of Region 3 and 4 respectively will be adding to that. Free throw attempt here for Killdeer is good for Cooper Bang. Bang's got 6. And for Killdeer, an interesting point of the game, try to get it to single digits to 10 before that 4th quarter if you're the Cowboys. Free throw attempt number 2 by Cooper is no good. Well, if you're Kindred on the opposite side of Killdeer, you get a little 7-1, 8-1 run in you. You might put too much points for Killdeer to come back from, as Bang goes 2 of 3 from the free throw line. Killdeer has thrown a lot of different pressures against this Vikings offense, but the one thing they are doing is looking to trap everywhere. This one will go to the baseline now to Peraza. Peraza lost it for a moment. Staying with it now is Baco. Baco slips a pass to Peraza, poked out of bounds, and it will be deflected off of Calvin Dobitz. 2:39 remaining here in the 3rd quarter. Brooks Baco to inbound the basketball. As Brooks Baco does, this one will go to Davis. Up top to Hoyme. Hoyme gives it back to Davis here. Davis pops it to Hoyme. Jumper from 17. Rattle it in. Owen Hoyme with 4 points. Killdeer trying to pack the paint as much as they can on that zone, and they're trying to leave someone open. That someone was Hoyme, and he's able to deliver. Dobitz bounce pass across the paint. It's still eventually won by Killdeer, and throwing it up and in for 2 is Ethan Hendrickson. For the Cowboys, 5 different players here in this quarter have scored, and Killdeer is back within 12 as we reach the 2-minute mark of the 3rd. Davis right-hand inside to Baco, driving kick to the right pocket. Peraza rising, shooting, 3-pointer long, but Brooks Baco comes up with it, and it's a 2-point takedown here by the Killdeer Cowboys. The foul will be on Calvin Dobitz. And foul will actually be, on the Kindred Vikings, so this one will be on Brooks Baco. That'll be his 2nd, team's 4th, and him and Calvin Dobitz were battling for that ball. We'll say that Killdeer had the proper position there with Calvin Dobitz, and now Kindred will utilize it with Cooper Bang in the backcourt. Bang gets by Baco. Here comes a double with OC. Right-handed side now to Hendrickson. Hendrickson gives it back to the right wing as he gets the ball right back. Inside the paint finds Dobitz. Dobitz with the kick to Bang. Bang on the left baseline, takes a couple of dribbles, rising from 13. That'll rattle out, and OC comes up with it. OC to Baco. Brooks Baco in transition, finds Peraza to Hoyme. Hoyme with a shot fake, slows it back up to OC as they work it to the top of the key. Baco to OC, high post touch now, Starcevic, high low to Baco. Baco saves it right to OC, but he gets fouled. What a save by Brooks Bacco to allow free throws upcoming here as OC will head to the line. The foul will be on Kelvin Dobitz. That'll be his first. And 2 free throws on the way for OC, who hasn't scored yet tonight here for Kindred. OC, a 71% free throw shooter, got pushed in the back there. That's how he's awarded free throws. For Kindred, they have 7 players in this quarter in the scoring column, but the most is 4 by Brooks Bacco here in the third. Free throw attempts here by OC. Ryan-handed toss is up, and it's in. So OC goes 2 of 2 from the free throw line. The Vikings now lead it by 14 with Killdeer with Kling in the front court. Left-handed side, this one's a Hansen rainbow 3. Rallying out, and OC gets the defensive board. Carson OC up and over on the pass. This will go to Brooks Bacco. Bacco gives it now to Peraza. Peraza on the interior. Ball gets deflected, and here goes Hansen the other side. Hansen rising, rainbow triple off the backboard, can't go. Rebound to Peraza, and Peraza will see a foul here on Killdeer. And free throws will be upcoming. This will be on Ethan Hendrickson, his second. As we should go to the free throw line to shoot 2 free throws, as that was a foul. Again, it's 5 team fouls. As they will continue to play with 48.5 here in the third quarter after, again, that rebound by Presley Peraza. As this will go left-handed side to Hoime. Hoime gives it to Sunram. Sunram with the jumper. Won't matter regardless. Sunram gets the 2 points. He's got 3. His first field goal. The Vikings now lead it 46-30. Should have been free throws. Nothing granted, but Kindred does get the 2 points. As this will go to Cooper Bang. Bang here at the top of the key. Left-handed side out to Hansen. Hansen will utilize it here. Sunram comes out on the hedge. And Sunram gets the steal. Look at the big fella. Sunram gets fouled. Sunram looking for the third dunk. He thought he had it. But coming there was Hansen saying you're going to have to earn it at the free throw line as Hansen picks up his first. Officials will talk it over, make sure it was a basketball move and not an intentional move after, again, Hansen trying to get the ball out of Sunram's hand. The foul will be on Hansen, and Sunram will head to the free throw line. Sunram with 3 points with 13.4 seconds remaining in the third quarter. And they will talk it over here, and they're going to take a look at it to make sure if it was potentially in terms of an intentional foul or not. If it's intentional foul, Sunram gets the free throws, and Kindred is going to get the ball back. If it goes the other side of the floor here for Kindred, and it just stays to where it is right now, it would be 2 free throws for Sunram regardless, but then Killdeer has a chance to come back the other side. And Sunram stole it at the top, and give credit to Hansen for not giving up on the play, but Sunram, once he got to the top of the key, kind of took a 1-2 step with a dribble, and he wanted to rise, and as he rose, that's when Hansen came streaking in from the right wing into the paint to bat that ball and eventually get it. But from the officials' point of view, again, it's a matter of, was it dangerous? Was it intentional? Was it outside of a basketball move? Because if it is, it will be 2 free throws upcoming here for the Kindred Vikings, plus the ball back with that intentional foul. So a lot of stuff to figure out here with 13.4 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Vikings 46, Killdeer 30. The Vikings with an 18-point quarter so far. Well, for Killdeer, they have 13, and both teams are very youthful. Killdeer with just 2 seniors, Kindred with 3. So taking a look to next year, both teams can stay healthy and get through their respective regions, could very well find themselves at another state tournament here between these 2 teams. Killdeer, this is all gravy for them this season. They're a good team, 16-9, but after last year going 13-9, this is a team that could be a little more hungry coming into next season. While for the Kindred Vikings, they've been here before, but this is a new group of talent. When you talk with Brad Well, unable to make the state tournament last year, losing to Central Cass in the region title that eventually went on to have a perfect season and win as well the state B tournament. So there's some faces that maybe haven't seen a lot of varsity time or starters here for Kindred that have played at a state tournament venue for the Vikings, and they've pretty much led wire to wire throughout here in this one for Kindred. So the officials will continue to look it over. They will talk about it here again. Braden Schoberger, Kevin Sundry, and Brent Weber are a three-man officiating crew here in this one. As the officials will head over to both benches of Brad Whale and Greg Pruitt, give the decision here and let them know what the final assessment is after going over that particular play. Taking a while here, but they want to make sure they got everything right in terms of the foul and what it's going to be. As the teams are about ready to break their respective huddles, is Greg Pruitt getting one more explanation as they will come across the way here. And they will see what they're going to be doing again with 13.4 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. As, again, they're talking about it once the ball went to a dead ball situation. And they're going to see what they're going to have with those free throws again that got missed earlier. That's kind of the question right now with that fifth foul. And Presley Peraza would have shot the free throws at that time, but they eventually got the ball. Sunram hit a baseline jumper. There wasn't a dead ball between then. So now it's the first dead ball. He can go back, talk it over, make sure he got everything right. Originally, the question was maybe he wasn't intentional or not, again, with, Hansen trying to come in from the right wing against a big guy like Sunram and batting the ball. Now they're going to talk it over from the head table. And if this is going to be the case, it would be 2 free throws for Presley Peraza. And then you get Sunram to shoot the free throws on top of it and make sure they got everything taken care of. So Peraza will come on and shoot the free throws. He's got 14 points. As Peraza will head to the stripe. So a lot of stuff to unpack here with 13.4 remaining in the third. Free throw attempt is up and good. And then you'll have Sunram shooting free throws afterwards. Second free throw attempt here for Peraza is good as well. Now you'll have Sunram coming in. So again, that's the correctable part of it, as Peraza then will check out of the game. So they will actually get the free throws correct. Now it will be 48-30, even though the Vikings kind of are the beneficiaries in that situation, because Sunram also hit a field goal. So you get the 2 free throws later. You get the Sunram made field goal, and now Sunram hits the free throw line and buries that one. Free throw opportunity number 2 here for Sunram is up, and this one rattles out. Put back, trying to tip it in here was Kindred by Isaac Spellhog, the 6'1 junior guard. And with 11.5 seconds remaining in the third, the Killdeer Cowboys will see Hansen handling it here. Hansen with 7 seconds, now the top of the key. Hansen with 5 seconds. Hansen, OC gets a block shot. This one, Hoyme from half court. That'll hit the shot clock, and that's how we'll end our third quarter of play. It's 49-30 here on your live event.
Every Wednesday night at 7, watch the YourLiveEvent.com Coaches Show, presented by the Hillsborough Economic Development Corporation. Stay up to date with the latest goings-on in the region, as we'll hear from area coaches in North Dakota and Minnesota. Plus, we'll highlight area high school seniors on their achievements in the classroom and on the court with our Senior Spotlight. That's the YourLiveEvent.com Coaches Show, presented by the Hillsborough Economic Development Corporation, Wednesday nights at 7 on YourLiveEvent.com.
As we come back here, as we go to the fourth quarter of play, it's 49-30 and getting some clarification again. Not so much of the intentional foul by Hansen, but they're going back to make a correctable call from what they should have done earlier, as we alluded to. When Peraza had the defensive rebound, he should have been rewarded with free throws at the line because Kindred was in the bonus. They didn't call it at that point. They go up and down the floor, and the next dead ball, they will bring Peraza off the bench to shoot the free throws that were missed, and still Sunram gets to shoot those free throws. So again, no intentional foul or anything of that nature that they were talking about. It was the missed free throws that they had earlier in the game. But if you're Kindred, you kind of got, if you want to say, lucky in a way, because Sunram was able to get the 2 points immediately following that, and you still got those free throws regardless. So it actually worked out in the benefit of Kindred in terms of long-term. Cowboys turnaround jumper, can't get it to go by Schleppenbach. Rebound comes down to Bako. Bako to Starcevic. Starcevic will handle it here, down to the baseline to OC. OC will take a bounce pass. This one to go Starcevic on the inside, up and in for two. Starcevic with some hard-earned points here for the Vikings, now in double digits with 10, and he scored in every quarter. Killdeer with Reese. This one will come up top. With it, there is Nakori Dalen. Now the right-hand side to Reese. Reese inside, and he's going to get fouled. Sunram will pick up the foul. This will be his first. Team's first in the fourth quarter, and heading to the free throw line is Jackson Reese. Reese with 6 points. He's 2 of 2 from the free throw line. It's the largest lead here for the Vikings at 21. Free throw attempt for Killdeer's up and in. Now 5 of 6 from the stripe. For the Kindred Vikings so far, they're 12 of 21 shooting from the free throw line. Free throw number 2 is up and in. So Reese now with 8 points. And the Killdeer Cowboys are back within 19. Sunram spin. Oh, what a move! Dirk Nowitzki kind of play for Sunram. He's got 6. That should not be fair by a man at that size of 6'7" to make a move like that. Right-handed side, Cooper Bang. Bang shot blocked by Starcevic. Then Starcevic does it again off Schleppenbach. Sunram up the other side of the floor now to Brooks Bako. Bako right in front of the Kindred Viking bench. Gives it up top to Starcevic. Starcevic back to OC. He'll rise. Left wing three-pointer. That'll go long. Rebound eventually in the hands of the Killdeer Cowboys. Bang up the other side of the floor. Ripping it through is Reese. In for 2. Jackson Reese becomes the first Killdeer Cowboy player in double digits. 53-34 with 6:20 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Brooks Bako, jumper from 15. That'll go long, and a board here to Killdeer. Reese making his way to the paint. Reese, left-handed side, bounce pass goes to Bang, right pocket 3. That'll rattle out. Rebound to Starcevic. Starcevic on the outlet, finds it now to Isaac Spellhog. Spellhog nearly lost it. It's loose, and eventually Killdeer will come up with it. Bang spinning his way inside off Bako, and there's a foul. Brooks Bako will pick up his third, team second, and 2 free throws upcoming here for Cooper Bang. Bang with 7 points, 2 of 3 from the free throw line with a made three-pointer. And he'll head to line to shoot 2, as we'll have some substitutions off the next free throw. A 6'2" junior free throw attempt is swirling in. Killdeer will make a substitution as Ethan Hendrickson, the senior, will check in, while for Vikings of Davis and Presley Peraza, as Spellhog and Starcevic will check out. Cowboys with a junior, sophomore, and junior in their starting lineup. For the Vikings, a freshman, junior, and senior in their starting lineup, as Cooper Bang now has 9. Vikings see a half-court trap. Brooks Bako now to OC as Killdeer got a little run over there. Was Cooper Bang just kind of lost his footing. And then Cooper Bang, though, does a good job staying with it, but then this will go out of bounds. So Cooper kind of nursing that right ankle a little bit, kind of got rolled up on, and eventually we'll see this for the Killdeer Cowboys with Chase Kling to come in. As for the Kindred Vikings, they will inbound it with Brooks Bako. Bako right-handed side to Peraza. Back to the right now to Davis. Davis with a couple of dribbles to OC to the baseline, Sunram. Sunram gives it up top to Davis. Davis will utilize this to OC. OC now to Bako to the baseline here. Peraza on the interior, ball deflected, and it will be off the Kindred Vikings. 5:16 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Media timeout on the floor. The Vikings up by 17 here in the quarterfinals.
Honesty, loyalty, integrity. At Bank North, we've remained true to these values for generations. They shape the way we do business, work with customers, and support our communities. We've been here for more than a century, helping people grow farms and businesses, finance homes, and pursue their dreams. It's values-based banking, and it's all about working together to strengthen the common threads that bind us together. Bank North, always true.
A final from the B. North Star defeats Lamorlich O'Marion 52-38. The Bearcats, the number 1 seed, move on into the semifinals where they will either play Bishop Ryan or they will go up against Sargent County. But the number 1 overall seed in the B moves on. The number 1 overall seed in the A in the Vikings lead it by 17 with 5:16 remaining again here in the fourth quarter. I'm Chase Miller. Make sure you stay tuned to our post-game show where during our post-game report we'll make sure we hear from a victorious player or two here from the Kindred Vikings. We'll also take a look at the final numbers and get you ready for what's on tap as, again, we will follow Kindred throughout the entirety here of the state tournament. Hansen gives it now to Jackson Reese, who's playing with those 4 fouls. He picked up the 4th immediately to start the third quarter play, and this one will go out, and it will be out of bounds off Reese, and a turnover here on the Killdeer Cowboys. For Kindred, they will see it in the backcourt with Brooks Bacco. Bacco in the front court here as Brooks near sideline now. That'll go to the right-handed side of Davis. Davis, top of the key, gives it to Peraza. Peraza, a little hesitation dribble, makes his way to the right baseline, gets walled off, finds Sunram. Sunram extra pass to Bacco. Bacco spins, back to Sunram. Up top now, Peraza. Peraza at the left wing, 10 seconds on the shot clock. Gives it to the baseline. Bacco, a three-pointer, grazes the front of the iron out of bounds, and it will be Killdeer basketball. But if you're Brad Whale, not the worst thing again in time of possession. If you can take 25 to 30 seconds off the clock every possession here, and even if you don't score, you're just minimizing the opportunities for Killdeer to have any chance to come back in this one. Bounce pass will go right-hand side into Corey Dalen. Bounce pass across the way. This one on the interior. Dalen, that'll be Ja'Cory. Can't get it. Rebound, Sunram. Immediately pressured, stolen away. Dalen gets the basketball here. Now to Reese. Jumper on the way. This one good for 2. Jackson Reese now with 12. A turnover after a Sunram rebound. And with 4:16 remaining in the fourth quarter, it's the Kindred Vikings 53 and the Killdeer Cowboys 38 here with 4:16 remaining in the fourth quarter. Timeout on the floor brought to you in part by Bank North. And that's the last timeout that the Killdeer Cowboys will have before their final one, as that's their second to last timeout here for the Killdeer Cowboys. Again, something different once you get to state, particularly in the quarterfinals here. You only get 4 timeouts with all the media timeouts instead of your normal 5, and then you have a use it or burn it timeout in the first half of play. Then you'll go down to 3 regardless after the half. So a timeout here for Greg Pruitt to set up his defense down by 15. Full court pressure defense for the Cowboys. Kindred with Carson O.C. pops it past out of Brooks Bacco. Bacco finds it to Davis. Davis leaves it to Peraza, and there's a block shot but a foul. Peraza was looking for another dunk, but instead we'll see the foul here on Ja'Cory. Ja'Cory Dalen will pick up the foul. He will foul out with his 5th. 4 points all in the first quarter of play as Presley Peraza will head to the free throw line with 16 points so far here for the Vikings. Peraza free throw attempt is up and it's in. That was 17. Presley Peraza has scored in every quarter for Kindred as well. Free throw attempt number 2 will go short. Rebound, Sunram. Sunram gives it back up top here, and the Vikings will utilize it with Brooks Bacco. Bacco, right-handed side, Peraza. Peraza gives it to the baseline here as he gets the ball back after it got tipped out by Brooks Bacco, and it will go out of play and a turnover here on Kindred. Substitution as Starcevic and Hoyme will come in. Obviously, Peraza is going to be the story with the 17 points and a thunderous dunk. Brooks Baco with 11, but Starcevic has had himself a really nice game with 10 points. And OC, even though he hasn't scored a field goal yet, good defense, good deflections, very active defensively here tonight for Brad Wells' club. Cowboys will see it now at the top to Hansen. Bounce pass to Reese. Reese, here goes Baco for the steal. Brooks Baco cleared for takeoff with a two-handed dunk for Baco, his second one of the night. Brooks Baco with the dunk, his second one. Steal immediately. Again, in transition, that's the one thing the Vikings can do. Other side of the floor, and trying to get the oop play was Jackson Reese. They had the pick perfectly. They threw it up, but it goes off of Reese's hands and a turnover on Killdeer. The Cowboys trying to say we got some show time as well, but this one will go out of bounds. And now for the Vikings, baseball pass up the floor to Peraza. And Peraza with a two-handed slam. Peraza with a little 180 and with the jam here for the Vikings. He's got 19, and those are just exclamation point kind of a plays here for the Vikings. Turn-on jumper miss. Other side of the floor goes Hoyme. Hoyme off the backboard. Layup is good, and Peraza for a second there thought he was going to throw it off the backboard as he nearly got an offensive goaltending. This one will go now to Cooper Bang, and the game has really opened up here over the last 60 seconds. Kindred getting some transition buckets. Three-pointer off the backboard for Hansen, got it to go, and a substitution timeout on the floor. It won't matter. It'll be a media timeout here with 2:29 remaining in the fourth quarter. It's 60-41. Kindred with 2:29 remaining up in the fourth quarter.
Hey growers, when working on your water management solutions, call Chad's Excavating out of Mayville. They are your water management contractor, helping you with tile drainage plans, service drainage plans, or both. Remember, water management is a lifetime investment. Call Chad 701-430-0182 to get your water problem solved. For more information, follow Chad's Excavating on Facebook. For tile drainage and service plans, call 701-430-0182. Chad's Excavating out of Mayville, helping farmers grow.
Make sure you stay tuned to our post-game show. We'll get to our Precision Egg player of the game. We'll hear from a couple of particulars as well. The Dunkometer here for Kindred at 4. You got 2 by Baco, 2 by Peraza. Sunram nearly had one before Hansen hustled back to foul him. But that's the old catch-22 with Kindred. If you want to have full-court pressure defense and guard the length of the floor, they got athletes to beat you, and they got athletes to get to the rim. That's the one thing you always hear in basketball. A team that wants to have a full-court pressure defense, continue to press. How do you get them out of it? You get points in the paint, you get to the free throw line. And the Killdeer Cowboys, though, this is going to be a staple under Greg Pruitt moving forward. This is going to be an interesting team again for the rest of not just this state tournament, but moving forward to next year here for Killdeer. With it, it's going to be Kylan Swenson, the 5'9 junior guard in the game. Vikings running Swenson off a staggered. Kylan, after having an injury in the football season, good to see him back on the floor here in basketball. Hunter Bindus gives it to Gabe Whipple. He'll shoot the three. Splash City. Whipple, the sophomore guard, with the triple. The second three-pointer here for Kindred tonight as they lead it now 63-41. And they get the steal. Gabe gets the steal. Vikings in the front court to Isaac Spellhog. Spellhog in the front court with 100 seconds remaining. This one goes left-hand side to Hunter Bindus as they work it to Swenson. Swenson to the right-handed side. Here's a three-pointer for Hunter. Bindus can't get it to go. Rebound, though, on the inside by Swenson. Swenson ripping it through and will have a tie-up, and the arrow make its way towards Kindred. The contest that got underway at 6:43 earlier tonight. Still with one game remaining between DeLax Burlington, the 4th seed, and the 5-seeded Shiloh Christian Skyhawks here later tonight. Vikings on the inbounds as they do it. They get their way to the paint by Lucas Starcevic. No, rebound Swenson off the window, can't get it. It's still loose. Starcevic, that's Luke, will handle the offensive rebound. Kick out to Spellhog. Spellhog, left-handed side, that'll go Hunter Bindus. To the baseline, Swenson rising. Here goes Spellhog, jumper from the left elbow, and he's fouled. Isaac Spellhog, the 6'1 junior guard, 3 of 6 from the free throw line this season at the varsity level. Will head to the free throw line to shoot 2. And for the Vikings, they're 68 seconds away from officially getting to the semifinals. Upcoming tomorrow night. Again, that'll be an 8:15 scheduled tip time tomorrow against the winner of our next contest with Delax Burlington and Shiloh. Free throw attempt number 2. Saving this one will be Luke Starcevic to Swenson off the window. Got it to go. Swenson now in the scoring column as he gets the 2 points here for the Vikings. Killdeer, shot no, rebound though on the way by Chase Kling. Putback can't get it as well here for Killdeer with Hunter Hassauer. For the Vikings, they will see with Isaac Spellhog. Spellhog to the left-handed side with the basketball as they make their way off the staggered screen. Kylan Swenson gives it back up top. Swenson looking for a teammate, right wing to Hunter Bendis, as this one will go for the Vikings. Now to Isaac Spellhog, back up top to Swenson. Swenson to the top of the key to Gabe Whipple. Leaving it left-handed side. Three-pointer will go long here for Hunter. But an offensive board. It doesn't draw iron. The shot clock to 3 seconds. They give it to Bendis again. Second time. Can't get it. Rebound eventually won here by Kindred and Gabe Whipple. And that'll go for the final 10 seconds. Kindred does not need to take a shot. And the Kindred Vikings remain perfect as they improved to 24-0 on the season with a quarterfinal round victory, 65-41 over the Killdeer Cowboys. Killdeer will drop to 16-10 on the season. The Vikings now 24-0 on the year, and they pick up the victory. Presley Peraza with 19 points, Brooks Baca with 13 to lead the floor for Kindred, while Killdeer was led by the 12 points of Jackson Reese. Our post-game show is coming up next. We'll hear from a player, try to see if we can hear from Brad Whale as well. That and more still to come, and we'll get to our Precision Egg Player of the Game. That's all around the corner here on YourLiveEvent.com.
Saturday, April 6th, Vikings from across the land will converge to feast and celebrate the athletes and their achievements. Vikings will raise their swords, ride their mighty steeds, bid on treasures, gems, and experiences, with the focus on supporting the kids. Join the tradition, forged in friendship and molded in the spirit of family. Viking pride.
As we come back on our post-game show, joining us now from the Kindred Vikings, he is Carson Ossie here in this one. And Carson, a lot of rebounds, a lot of deflections, block shots defensively. That was kind of what you needed to do here tonight. What did you see from your team to hold Killdeer to 41 points and, more importantly, get to that semifinals here, Carson?
As our plan before the game is just we got to play defense. Our defense is what got us to this point, and we can't go away from the things that got us here. So we're just like, we got to play defense. And it was a rough shooting night for me on the offensive end, so I was like, I just got to pick it up and play defense.
And you're able to do that. You're able to see a couple of your teammates in Brooks Baca and Presley Peraza get some hammers down. What does that do for this team when you see guys like that high-flying kind of mentality throughout the season?
Well, those are huge energy plays for us. It's just so high, just makes us work harder.
Able to have Kylan Swenson come on the floor, a guy that had a football injury, able to get back. What was that like seeing him score in a state tournament?
Well, that's awesome. Kylan just loves to play sports, and he competes at everything he does, and I'm just so happy for that kid he got back that quick from that injury and he's out here playing.
Able to have about 3 sections of blue here behind you. What does it mean to have the support from Kindred? I know it's a short drive compared to some other towns here, Carson, but able to come out and show out here in this one.
Community is huge for us. They've been showing up all season, giving us energy, and they're probably the reason we've won some games, close games. They just push us to keep going.
Final thing for you, Carson. What do you hope to bottle up in this game as a team for 32 minutes tomorrow night, either against DOB or Shiloh Christian in that semis?
We just got to take our defensive effort away from this game, look past the offensive struggles from deep, and just go back at it tomorrow night.
Carson, congratulations on the win, and best of luck tomorrow night.
Thank you.
Again, for the Kindred Vikings, that is Carson Ossie here, the 6'8 junior forward, able to play defense, and some more defense, as we heard it there from Carson, able to pick up the victory with a 65-41 win over the Killdeer Cowboys. We'll take a quick break, and we come back after this. Take a look at some of the final numbers around the corner here on YourLiveEvent.com.
It's the most prestigious, challenging, rewarding tour on dirt. The most wanted, baddest outlaws, and the most powerful late models on the planet. The world of outlaws, King's Late Models.
For the first time ever, World of Outlaws at Norman County Raceway on Saturday, June 29th.
Talk about good luck. You can save over $4,000 when you move into Benedictine Mission Court in Ada this month. Sign a lease and get your third month of rent free, and they'll waive the community fee. Benedictine Mission Court provides 3 meals a day, housekeeping, transportation, social activities, a full kitchen and handicap accessible bathroom, plus indoor access to essential health care and on-site Benedictine therapy services. Call today to schedule a tour, 218-784-5250. Benedictine.
If cold weather holds you back from planting corn each spring, you need Hefty brand 40 Series corn. As the industry's only corn seed recommended for soils as cold as 40 degrees, our 40 Series corn is made up exclusively of hybrids with the best vigor and cold germination scores, all treated with Hefty Complete to give you maximum protection. Plus, we back up all 40 Series hybrids with a free replant policy so you can plant 40 Series corn first and plant it with confidence. Available only at Hefty Seed Company.
As we take a look at some of the final numbers in this one, but let's get to our GSB Precision Egg Player of the Game with roots in Hillsboro, North Dakota. Arctic Enterprises has been a cornerstone of the agriculture community since 2011. Now under new ownership, they proudly introduced GSB Precision Egg. They're committed to innovation and forward-thinking solutions and empower your farm's success. Play of the game here in this one, that is going to be Presley Peraza for the Kindred Vikings. Peraza 6 of 10 shooting from the floor, 1 of 2 from 3, 19 points in this one, goes 6 of 8 from the free throw line with, on top of that, 3 rebounds. Presley Peraza is our Precision Egg Player of the Game. For the Kindred Vikings, taking a look at the final numbers, as a team able to shoot 44% from the floor. They go just 2 of 20, however, from the land of 3, but they went 13 of 15 from the free throw line, 33 rebounds, 17 assists to 12 turnovers. For Killdeer, they were held to 31% shooting from the floor. They go 3 of 12 from the land of 3, 8 of 9 from the free throw line, 23 rebounds. They were minus 10 after being plus 3 in that category. 6 assists to 19 turnovers here for the Killdeer Cowboys. Kindred, 20 points in the first quarter, 8 in the second, 21 in the third, and 16 in the fourth. For Killdeer, 10 points in the first quarter, 7 in the second, 13 in the third, and 11 in the fourth quarter. The Kindred Vikings from the individual point, again, Presley Peraza with 19 points, 3 rebounds, 2 steals. You had 13 points for Brooks Baco with 5 rebounds and 4 assists. Starcevic with 10 points on 4 of 7 shooting from the floor and also had 4 steals. From there, 6 points for Riley Sunwem with 5 rebounds. You had 6 points for Owen Hoyme. Also 4 points for Jack Davis. Gabe Whipple with 3 points. 2 points for Kylan Swenson. And Carson Ossie with 2 points here tonight as well. But he had 3 rebounds, an assist, and a steal here for the Kindred Vikings. From the Killdeer Cowboys perspective, 1 player in double digits. Jackson Reese, 10 points on 3 of 8 shooting with 3 rebounds. 9 points for Cooper Bang with a made triple. He also had 4 steals. 8 points for Hansen with 3 rebounds. You had 6 points for Nakori Dalen. Ja'Cory Dalen had 4 points. And then you had 2 points for Dobitz, 2 for Hendrickson here for the Killdeer Cowboys. That's a look at our final numbers. We'll take a quick break and put a bow on this one as the Kindred Vikings are making their way to the semifinals tomorrow night.
Hey growers, when working on your water management solutions, call Chad's Excavating out of Mayville. They are your water management contractor, helping you with tile drainage plans, service drainage plans, or both. Remember, water management is a lifetime investment. Call Chad 701-430-0182 to get your water problem solved. For more information, follow Chad's Excavating on Facebook. For tile drainage and service plans, call 701-430-0182. Chad's Excavating out of Mayville, helping farmers grow.
Again, our final 65-41. The Kindred Vikings able to defeat the Killdeer Cowboys, and it's been all chalk. The 1 seed, the 2 seed, and the 3 seed all making their way to the semifinals after Devils Lake defeated Valley City, Grafton over Beulah, and now Kindred over the Killdeer Cowboys. Again, the final in this one, the Kindred Vikings 65-41. They will play tomorrow night at 8:15. We'll have that broadcast for you here on YourLiveEvent.com with their audio-only broadcast, as they will play the winner of our next game, either the 4 seed of Delax Burlington or the 5 seed of Shiloh Christian. Earlier this season, Kindred did beat Shiloh 66-62 in Kindred on December the 16th, but they never played Delax Burlington this year. With the win, the Kindred Vikings now 24-0 on the season. Killdeer, they fall to 16-10. Make sure you go to YourLiveEvent.com tomorrow night for games in Minnesota, 3-section titles. We will follow Lemoore Litchfield Marion in the consolation semifinals, and also follow Sargent County, who has a game with Bishop Ryan in the 4-5 contest with James Martin's at the Minot State Dome. I'm Chase Miller. Thanks so much for tuning into our broadcast, and join us tomorrow night roughly at around 8 o'clock for a pregame show with the opening tap to follow between the Kindred Vikings and either against the Skyhawks or the Lakers in the semifinals. Again, the Vikings with the win, 65-41 here from the Forgadome.